Hey guys, today let's talk about Bob Mould and Husker. I got tons of his records, and why all of a sudden am I thinking about Bob Mould? Well, on my YouTube feed the other day came up a interview that he did at this hi-fi conference in Germany, and he was actually the keynote speaker. And I'm a big fan of these hi-fi shows. I go to them when they come to LA. There's one coming up in June, and it's not just audio geek and gear stuff. It's a lot of that, but there's also some good stuff about music, and I bought a lot of records there, met a lot of good people. So he was the keynote speaker, and he basically spoke on stage for almost an hour. And I'll put the link below so you can watch the whole interview if you want to see it. But I didn't realize Bob Mould was such a vinyl freak. Hopefully you guys know who Bob Mould is. Husker and Sugar and his solo career, 40 years. I mean, who else has been rocking out that hard for 40 years? Husker started in 79. 40 years later, he's still making consistently really good records. So anyway, his sort of story of how he got into vinyl, I'll let you watch the video. I won't give too many spoilers, but started when he was like 3 years old, and he saw his first vinyl record spinning, and he's like, this is cool. I gotta get into this thing. Literally at that age. And then when he was a little older, his parents had some kind of a like little general store or something, and there was a jukebox, and he was enthralled by the jukebox, and he would watch all the records spin and memorize all the records, and the jukebox man would come and replace the records and give him the old ones for a penny a piece, the good old days. So Bob supposedly had zillions and zillions of singles, but that kind of shaped his sort of pop music sensibilities. He thinks of things in 3.5 minute singles, songs. He's a really great songwriter. What was the other anecdote from this? Oh, the other thing is, well, he listens to vinyl. Vinyl is his preferred medium. He produces and engineers his records to sound great on vinyl, and he thinks vinyl is ultimately going to sound better than CDs. You can watch the video and see his reasoning behind that. And he also mentioned that he really produces albums for the two-sided album experience, which I think is very cool. So, an album, a vinyl record is two sides, 20-ish minutes each, a beginning, a middle, and an end, and then a pause, and a flip, and another 20-minute experience with a beginning, middle, and end. And I think that is like the classic way for an artist to think of vinyl. If somebody asked me, what's your favorite medium for listening to music? Is it CDs? Is it vinyl? Is it MP3s? My answer is always whatever medium the artist designed this for is probably the truest to their vision. And that's kind of been, there's a lot of fuzz factor in that today, now that we have all these different formats that come out at the same time. But if you were creating records in the vinyl era, there's a different thought process that goes into it than if you're creating them for the digital era or the CD era, whatever. All right, so go watch that video, Munich or German, whatever audio gear show that was. Just recently, this came up like 2 days ago on my video feed. And there's a musical surprise at the end, by the way. I won't give it away. Let's just go through my massive collection of Bob Mould and Husker records, sort of in chronological order. One of the early ones, Land Speed record, 1981, New Alliance Records, live in Minneapolis. Yeah, I paid $3.99 for that. Yeah, good luck finding it at that price. That's a reoccurring theme here. I got a lot of these records in the olden days. Here's a great one, Metal Circus, black and white photo. SST Records. What songs are on here? It's Not Funny Anymore. $3.99 at Rhino Records in Westwood, California. Okay, who's next? Candy Apple Gray. Don't Want to Know If You're Lonely. Let's see, Warner Brothers. I guess they hit the big time. $2.99. Such a deal. Such a super Jew I am, and proud of it. New Day Rising. This is one of my favorites so far. New Day Rising, Girl Who Lives on Heaven Hill, I Apologize, Folklore, Terms of Psychic Warfare. 1984, Minneapolis Cestone Music. $4.50. That's an outrage. Imagine paying $4.50 instead of $2.99. All right, here's the last one in my pile anyway. This is a classic, Zen Arcade. Look at the post-apocalyptic urban decay that he's trying to convey here. I left the receipt in there. Rhino Records, Los Angeles, 1992. $7.99 for a 2-record set. Outrageous. Let's see. Anyway, another classic. Let's see. Something I Learned Today. Dreams Reoccurring. Let's see. A lot of good tunes on here. That's the Husker Du era. The Minneapolis sound. The three big groups of Minneapolis in those days was Husker Du, Prince, and the Replacements. I already featured the Replacements on one of my Record Store Day videos. I think I'm going to be doing something with Prince coming up pretty soon, and that's not like me because you guys don't think of me as a R&B or funk fan. You don't think of me as a hard rock fan either because I usually show jazz, but Bob Mould is awesome, by the way. Okay, so after Husker Du, he had Sugar. I've got some of their records somewhere around here on CD, actually. I might have some LPs. Here's one I found on LP. Well, this isn't Sugar. This is just plain old Bob Mould. What year is that? 89. Virgin Records. Okay. $4.99, but that's only a single. That's only an extended EP. Okay. Don't forget this one. I'm going to show one CD because I don't have this on LP. 1990. One of my all-time favorites, classic Black Sheets of Rain. This is sort of like the grunge period. I mean, I think this is produced with a little bit of grunge in mind. This is kind of his darkest, most guitar-heavy, intense record. Absolutely love this one. Hard to find on LP. I've seen it on eBay for like $40 to $85, $90. So during the CD era, most stuff was made on CD, not LP. I'm going to play you like 10 seconds of this. It's going to be loud. It's going to be intense. It's going to be Bob Mould. The beginning. And my stereo's crapping out. That's all you get, copyright geeks and blockers. 6 seconds of Bob Mould, Black Sheets of Rain. This song was covered later by Ryan Adams, an acoustic version, which I think is really good too. Check that out. Okay, now we're going to move into the Bob Mould phase of my records here. Let's see. Not sure if I have these in the correct order. 2005, Bob Mould, Body of Song. Okay, I mentioned going to these record or hi-fi shows. I got this at a hi-fi show for $7, brand new, sealed, 2-record set. I don't know why they sold it so cheap, but check out those hi-fi shows, guys. You'll see all kinds of good stuff there. So this has Circles on it and other good tunes. All right, let's see if I can get these in order. 2012. Okay, here we go. The modern era of Bob Mould, as I would call it. The modern LP era. Bob Mould, Silver Age. Look at the cool artwork on here. Icons. Each song has its own cool little icon. I'm not going to try to decipher them for you right now. On Merge Records, not Verge. Merge Records. Let's see. Yeah, The Descent. So this is a notable song in here called The Descent. When this record came out, he was promoting this and did a thing on Letterman. And you should check out that video. I will link it below. That is like the coolest, rockinest thing I've ever seen on network TV. And Bob Mould comes out on stage, a guy in his 50s, bald, gray hair, a little heavy, and he is just rocking the heck out of this tune. And Letterman and Paul Schaefer were blown away. I was blown away. Nobody else is rocking this hard after 40 years in the business and still creating consistent good songs. I mean, okay, Aerosmith and the Stones, they've been around for 40, 50 years, but I mean, have they done any great records in a long time? Stones haven't done a good record since 1976, if you ask me. Bob is still relevant, still writing great songs, still has a lot of energy and passion for what he's doing. Okay, a couple more. Let's see. Beauty and Ruin from 2014. Beauty and Ruin. So he's sticking with that two-sided album concept where each side is its own little sort of mini story. And I think he does it on the record label. It probably says Beauty on one side. Okay, Ruin and Beauty. I shouldn't be handling my records like this, but for you guys on the VC. It's not side one and side two, it's the Beauty side and the Ruin side. You can listen in whatever order you want to. A lifetime of emotions in only 36 minutes. And last one I have to show you guys, because I haven't bought his last one or two records yet. I'll get there. This one is called, it says right here, Patch the Sky. Great artwork, nice foil stamped typography. He's putting a lot of effort into the design, the artwork, the music, the production to make it look and sound awesome on vinyl. The highly anticipated follow-up to Silver Age and Beauty of Ruin. Do I have both of those? Yeah, I have the highly anticipated follow-up to both of those two. He's got a new one that just came out, I think, Sunshine something, Box of Sunshine, Sunny Side Up. I think Steve Carlson may have reviewed that one on the VC. So guys, that's kind of my quick overview of Bob Mould, from Husker Du to Sugar to a great solo artist. 40th anniversary of him being in the business, still writing great songs. Oh, I forgot to mention, a couple of years ago I saw him play live. I think it was at the Roxy on the Sunset Strip, which is kind of a smallish club, standing room only. Everybody's kind of not quite moshing, but jumping around. That show was like the loudest thing I've ever encountered. And I don't mean loudest concert, I mean loudest thing. It was frickin' loud. Your earplugs needed earplugs. And the way Bob always does all of his songs, his guitars are mixed up and vocals are mixed kind of down. That's kind of a common theme through a lot of his records. His guitars are heavy, and live it's like you can barely hear the vocals, you can barely hear what he's saying. If you don't know the tune from the chord changes, you're probably not going to hear it out of his voice, because the guitars really dominate, which is cool. It's a cool experience. And to see a dude that old rocking out with younger guys on stage. Anyway, that is my mini tribute to Bob Mould. Go see him play. Go buy his records on vinyl, the preferred format. And go check out the links below, which is the keynote speech he did at the German audio show. And what else am I going to... I'm going to include the David Letterman link for you guys too. Also, somewhere around here we got something by Sugar that my CDs are a mess. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave me some comments, subscribe, and check you later.